Welcome back, everybody. Holiday Doc here for an update on my new class lists and things I've been using primarily in competitive gameplay. Now, if you do follow me, you realize that my competitive loadouts for my games and my stuff really don't change from my pubs from my competitive, just simply because I don't change my classes. So, let's take a look at what I got going on. As you all know, the competitive scene is filled with the FAMAS. Now, there's a reason for this. Obviously, it's the most powerful weapon to use. You never want to set yourself below the competition, so that's why people always use the FAMAS. Now, as a personal preference, and as the majority preference as well, I am using the red dot on it. And my reticle color is blue. And I've been trying out a lot of different reticles, but in the last couple weeks, I've stuck with the blue one just because of how I feel it doesn't take up a lot of room on the screen, leaving more accurate shots, and the ability to pick people out of head glitches is a lot more easy. So that's why I'm using that. On the secondary, the Python with a speed loader. Now, everybody will argue, what gun you want to use for whatever reason. And I was a personal fan of the ASP because of how fast you can take it out and how fast it reloads. However, I'm feeling, with certain, connection issues that it just doesn't put the enemy down in enough bullets. That's why I've switched over to the Python. Now, it's a good 2-3 shot kill, and it's a very solid secondary weapon to pull out in the event that you run out of bullets or you are caught in a reload. Down to the equipment side of things. The frag grenade. My last video, I stated that you could use either the frag or the Semtex. Now, as the game evolves, obviously strategies are going to change, so you need to adapt accordingly. The frag grenade is very versatile. It allows you to do a lot of different things with the nade, and personally, I feel like it outweighs what you could do with the Semtex. So I'm definitely going to be using that on all my classes, or my 2 classes, I guess. With competitive gameplay, you're not going to be running around with a lot of different guns. You're always going to try and set yourself up for the most powerful weapons to use against your opponents. You never, like I said, you never want to be below the competition. So, that being said, Lightweight Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, Ninja Pro, these are very standard perks. You see a little bit of Scavenger Pro, but for the most part, it's Lightweight Pro, Sleight of Hand Pro, Ninja Pro. Steady Aim was banned, so we can no longer use that. And with that, they brought back Rapid Fire. So speaking of which, this is the second class. Now, our last major MLG event, there was 99.9% FAMAS versus FAMAS games. With the rule changes, we are going to be seeing some more AK-74U. This is going to allow for a slightly more fast-paced objective player to be up in the field. Now, if you're going to be running the AK, I definitely suggest only running one person out of your team of 4 with this gun. You want to have a solid mid to long range weapon support, and the AK-74 with rapid fire is definitely a short to mid range max. So you don't want to have too many people not able to control their gunfights at range. So the AK-74U is designed for the player that's going to be the more aggressive, the person who's playing the top 1/3 of the field, and the person who, ideally is going to be doing the objective work. Same rest of the loadouts, and we all know equipment's banned, so I don't even run it on any of my classes, and I'm not even sure. I think I got just the standard classes and a goof around sniper class for everything. But for the most part, these are the only 2 classes you're really going to need in competitive MLG gameplay. So I hope you guys enjoy the update. This was a viewer request. I got a lot of questions lately about, what I should make a new updated class tutorial vid, and this is it. If you have any questions on rules, any questions on weapons and other loadouts that you might try, definitely hit me up in the comments section below, as well as check out my new Facebook page, as I did create a fan page, so I'm looking to get at least 25 fans so I can make it an official page and we can start interacting on Facebook a little bit more. Thanks a lot, guys.